we got the FLIR in the mail, I think a week later. A FLIR is, oh, this is so embarrassing to say. It was lent to us. Once again, it was lent to us. It's a $23,000 camera. And it had 3 lenses that could attach to it. Just such an expensive piece of equipment. And we were very grateful. I wish that we could have met Wally Hersom firsthand. He's still, you know, funds a lot of projects and stuff, but he's just really put a lot of money into this. After we got the camera, there's a DVD that came with it, and it gave you a run through of how to work it. It's not easy. You can take classes on thermal, but I was like, I'll just use it. You know, I'll just practice. And it took me a very long time to master it, like months, to understand the weather affects everything. If it rained, it affects everything. You got to learn, okay, it's this many degrees contrast, you know, if you want clear picture. And so a week after we got it, my brother-in-law and John were outside, and they heard tapping on a tree from the ridge. The ridge is where that Ridgewatcher, it was kind of deemed the Ridgewatcher footage, or the Grays Harbor footage is what people called it after that one came out. Not the Blob. This is a completely different one. They heard tapping on a tree. So John, because men are men, John, when I got the DVD, I said, can I do a run through with you and show you how to work this camera? And he's like, oh, I'll get it. My brother-in-law let me show him real quick. And I said, power on and off, you know, this is how you take a picture. This is how you record. They went outside, and after John saw he could see something that he described as looking like a head and shoulders of a Bigfoot. But there were cows out there. We have cows in this pasture about 7 months out of the year. And for whatever reason, they don't mutilate the cows here. But that's also common, you know. John couldn't he snapped a picture, and John couldn't understand how to record. So my brother-in-law got up, he located it and recorded what it was. And while he's recording, and it doesn't do sound, only picture, John whistled and stuff, you know, trying to get the thing to move. They couldn't see it moving, and they couldn't see it with his flashlights. Well, then it has an automatic shutdown by the battery that was flipped on by default. And after a certain amount of time, the camera shuts down and it takes 3 minutes to warm back up, unless you put it in whatever mode, sleep mode. So it shuts off. By the time they get it back on, it's gone. And this is typical Sasquatch stuff. This happens all the time. All the time. Dead batteries when they shouldn't be. Brand new batteries. The video I sent you, Sasquatch territory, of the broken tree limbs, how I went to retrieve the camera and it banged on the metal building, that should have been captured on that thermal footage that I went to retrieve. That
Oh,
the break
wow.
tree, it should have been there. Countless times this happens all the time. Drain batteries, just faulty equipment for no reason. It seems like the only time that people get footage is when they're actually holding the device. And I've wondered if there's electromagnetic waves or whatever it is that these creatures are so sensitive to. And because we're there and they already are feeling ours or whatever, I wonder if it's a difference from that or putting something that sends off whatever frequencies or waves in the woods. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if they just have the ability to drain the batteries. I really don't know. But John came in the house that night and he goes, I think I might have filmed, if you knew John, he's extremely laid back, extremely. He goes, I think I might have filmed a Bigfoot, but I'm not sure. It looked like a human head and shoulders, but there were cows out there. And he didn't elaborate much. I think it was 5 days later, I popped in the SD card and right away I saw the still frame. I saw the Bigfoot photo and I was shocked. And my immediate thought was, oh my goodness, I need to call Derek. I think Wally Hersom left this SD card in here, you know, with this, there's a picture of a Bigfoot he didn't see. And then it clicked. This is what the guys got last week. And I looked at the date and it was, and I called my brother-in-law and John, and they came and looked at it and were shocked. And then we rolled the video, and I was very new to the Bigfoot community, very new. And I was pumped to show that and to, for just people within the community who had encounters and, you know, wanted explanation or wanted something to share with people who didn't believe them. You know, if people needed validation or, you know, whatever it was, I was so excited to share this. And we just got reamed for it, ripped apart. Some people wrote, you know, would say, that is one of my favorites, you know, amongst the Patterson Gimlin. That's my second favorite. That is just amazing, you know, things like that. But the majority just ripped us apart, and they still do. I have a girl that follows me around on YouTube, and I don't know how she finds me because I have my likes and comments and stuff blocked, but she just, I've never met her before, but she just likes to, I don't know. It's really, it kind of creeps me out, but I couldn't believe how it wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
But it would be, it was accepted once once someone befriended us and could come visit or come help with research or say that they were, you know, part of our team or our crew or whatever, then they would accept it. And I'm in no way making fun of people. But that's just how it is. That's how it was. And I didn't understand that because it's a very thorough breakdown was done on that. And multiple images of cows were taken, and you would see a cow's ears and legs, and you can see a clavicle bone. You can see pectoral muscles. You can see a sagittal crest, which is cartilage up here. A cow doesn't have a sagittal crest. It's either a 7'6" tall naked man or a Bigfoot. And
Right.
I don't know what's weirder. Why is he watching me? You know, why is it staring at my brother-in-law and my husband? And it has a 48-inch shoulder mass.
Wow.
So yeah. I included pictures of recreation photos with a person standing in, but it wasn't received well. It still isn't received well, but some people just love it. And so after that, I decided to not share, but still talk to people, you know, that I had made a lot of friends, you know, would get a lot of messages and stuff of support.